Hi, Debbie here. I've just had a chat with a lovely guy called Savio from Blue Radiance Healing, and we're both QHHT practitioners. So we used to, if we have questions under hypnosis, we connect with the higher self, and that's how we get the questions answered. But as we're now both channeling also, we decided to do things differently, and that's what this chat was about. After the chat, then we really liked the content and decided to share it. So by the time I'd started recording, we'd already done our hellos and welcomes and introductions to each other. So this is when we start discussing our questions. I do hope you like this as much as we do. Thank you.
I've sent over the questions, so you can have a look at that as well. So
I'm just looking at your questions and I'm thinking, so they're questions to ask you.
yeah,
Because what I was thinking, what I had
yeah,
in mind, so we both have different things in mind, is
yeah,
like I will go into trance and you
yeah.
ask me your questions and I'll
Okay,
answer. And then
okay.
you go your
Into trance and
trance by
sure.
yourself, whatever. And then do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's do that.
Are you sure? Are you happy with that?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I just thought that would be interesting. I'm
sure.
better at answering other people's questions than mine.
Yeah, okay.
Like
All right.
my own, I get in the
Yeah,
way. I don't
yeah,
know about you, but
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't often. In fact, a lot of times I'll do conscious communication with myself, and I'll get the answers. Because even as I was writing these questions,
The answers come.
the answers are already like, Sabi, this is by
I
doing
know, I
it's
know.
all there already. And so I do a lot of the conscious communication, and
Yeah,
and
that's really good.
because I've been doing it now for a while, so then I'm able to distinguish what is from conscious mind and what is the information because of just how it
Mm-hmm.
makes me feel in my body. So I just know as opposed to something that I'm thinking and creating.
Yeah, yeah. So when you say you channel, it's more you just tune in to your higher self and you get the
Yeah,
answers there.
yeah.
Okay. So I don't know if some of my questions might be, we can try them and you can see what comes up.
So
You,
what my higher self tells me is that
yeah,
through higher self, I'm connected to everything because the higher self is the
yeah.
everything as well.
Mm-hmm.
So there are times that individual frequencies might come through, like Metatron or
Yeah,
Yeshua
yeah.
might come through, but in general, because they are also part of my collective, then it's just the voice of higher self, but it'll be like the collective's
Yeah,
guidance, the
yeah,
collective's
yeah.
information.
That sounds really good. I mean, that sounds like you really do channel. Do you know what I mean? Like other beings, if you know what I mean. Like I
Yeah,
know when I channel, I know my higher self is there in some way,
yeah,
but also I know like I can either channel this one or this one or
sure,
this one or this
sure,
one. Now I haven't
sure.
got to the stage yet where I can channel one and then pull in a different one.
Okay,
You know what I mean? It's like I do them separately.
yeah.
I guess that might come in the
So,
future.
sometimes what happens is that I'll channel a bit of information,
Mm-hmm.
and then at the end it'll be like this was a message from Yeshua, or this was a message
Ah, yeah,
from
yeah,
whoever. Like yesterday,
yeah.
I was channeling my Arcturian self as well, and
Ah,
there was like, and every time I was channeling someone or the other, even when I channeled the facilitator, my voice was changing, my tone
mm,
my tone was changing. I was like, yeah, okay, that's it. And for
yeah,
me,
yeah.
that gives my mind also like, yeah, you're not making it up, because at some level,
Yes,
even though
exactly.
I've been doing this for as
Yeah,
long, it helps give that, that confirmation. Yeah, you're not making it up. There's other information
absolutely,
coming through
absolutely.
you.
Yeah. I mean, I was channeling. I don't know if I told you this the other day. If not, stop me. Or if I did, stop me. But I was channeling before. It was like a Syrian being,
Yeah.
and I used to do it, and the voice was just so kind of silly that I thought I can't do that. It's bad enough telling people you channel, but
Yeah.
to sit there going all, so I thought I can't do that. So I haven't for a while, right? So
Yeah.
then the other day I thought, you know what? This being has offered to channel, so I'm gonna do that. So I called her in, And yeah, the voice was sing-songy and all moving around and everything. Because some of the others is just I'm very quiet
Yeah.
and afterwards, you think. I mean, I think we all think this. Like it's like, am I getting this from somewhere, or am I just a nutcase? Am I a nutcase? So I Googled, and I'd never done this before, or AI'd or whatever. And I asked like the Syrian beings when they come through in a channeling. My question was, are their voices kind of sing-songy? But I misspelt and I said, are their voices funny? Right? So I
Yeah.
didn't AI the actual prompt that I meant to, and the answer came back that Syrians, when they come through, can have sing-songy,
Yeah. Yeah.
melodic kind of voices and everything. And I was
Yeah.
like, it's so good when you get confirmation
Yeah.
that, like, little things like that make me think, yeah, it is real. Like, we know it's real, but we just question ourselves, don't we, quite a
Yeah.
lot. So
Well,
yeah.
when I talk to you, my body becomes very happy. Ooh, that
Oh,
sounded dirty, but I didn't mean it that way. I
oh
meant
no, no, no. I know,
there's
I
this
know.
there's this joy that happens in my, and this was happening to
That,
me.
that
This was happening to me the last time we spoke. We spoke as well. Like I could feel
that's
this
nice.
happiness, this joy move in my body, and that's why I have
Oh,
that.
that's,
That's why I have that question out there, the ninth one.
you know what? I have the same question.
Yeah, it's not a
So,
coincidence that like yes
no.
like even with the person I spoke to yesterday, I'm going to give her a name. I don't want to have
Yeah.
her name is May. So when I was talking to
Okay.
May yesterday, there was some stuff that we were doing for Atlantis. I did something called a timeline convergence, and when we do work together, I like the past life regression is the smallest part of what I do because there's a lot of other energy stuff that I
Yeah,
do, and I'm sure
that's
that's
really.
how it is with you. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't gatekeep any of my processes. If any of them work with you, you are more than
Yeah.
welcome to do it. So I do something called a timeline convergence, where if in a past life, uh, the life is just going downhill, it's just more misery,
Mm-hmm.
more misery, more misery, or someone has killed themselves. I do a
Yeah.
timeline convergence where I go to the moment that it started going downhill, and I create something there where they go to a different timeline, and then I anchor it in their Akashic records. It sounds complicated,
Wow.
but it actually
Yeah, it does, but it sounds very interesting.
it is. And because then they see their life changing. So and that is and strangely, I did that in the session in the morning that I had, and
Mm-hmm.
then when May took me under, I did it for myself because when I was there in that life, uh, the Atlantean life, I was the Atlantis king of Atlantis when it went down. So there's a lot of
Mm-hmm.
stuff from that life.
Mm-hmm.
And so we went to a moment where I was told that this is going to happen, and I was supposed to allow it to happen. At least that was the idea that I had because it was told to me. But what I didn't know
Mm-hmm.
was that I was just told that it is going to happen. I could choose how it was going to happen, and that is what we did. It's because what we did,
Mm-hmm.
what I did, or what we did was, we went to the moment. I was told that, but instead of allowing it to sink, we removed the stuff. There were people who were trying to sabotage it as well. So along with the priestesses, we cleared out some of the dense energy, and so as
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis's energy was going down, we kind of put it back in again, and this time instead of it sinking, we just turned to light because the Atlantis civilization was always going to end, but we could
Mm-hmm.
choose
Yeah.
we could choose how it would end. And so how it ended was, we just consciously exited our bodies, or when we after we passed, we decided not to. And I saw myself just turning into light, consciously, just turning into
Yeah.
light, becoming one with the light, and just healed that arc that was
Mm-hmm.
there. At least I healed it for myself, and I'm presuming it's whatever going to happen for everyone, whoever was involved with me in that process.
In that,
And
exactly.
May turned out to be one of my daughters in that life, and
Uh-huh. Yes.
it is so strange that I have met so many people from that life. She is the third, no, she's the fourth daughter I've met. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I've met the woman who was my wife, the queen. I met the
Yeah.
oracle. who I was also
Wow.
in a relationship with. I met the oracle's daughter. I met the person who betrayed me. I met the person who the partner of the person who betrayed me. So I've met like
Hmm.
a lot of people from that life
Wow.
at that
It's
time.
so interesting, isn't it? The whole thing is so interesting. I mean, what I find, the kind of thing that you've said, not quite the same, but like how I don't um, consciously go into those places, but when I do self hypnosis on myself, I find
Yeah,
myself,
yeah,
going through where I'm doing that and fixing pyramids under the sea and releasing
yeah,
the energy and
yeah,
seen events which I would imagine will be future events. I'm not sure.
yeah,
And it's just all so interesting. We think we're
yeah.
just these little people, and so much is going on that it's just like it's mind blowing. Really, I love it. I
Yeah.
love it. I love everything I do about this.
Have you seen any lifetimes from the Orion Wars or the Lyran Wars?
Yes, yes. And I think you mentioned the other day that you
Yeah.
were in them three times or something, or
I've had no,
something.
I've had a couple of lives, but I think one of them was as a reptilian, where I was
Uh
involved
huh.
in the colonization of
Yeah.
Lyra. Like I played many different roles in that
Yeah.
at different times, and there have been others who've seen lives as reptilians during that time, and they've said, "Oh, I see Savio here. Savio is like
Oh, really?
one of the
Yeah.
leaders, one of the like generals out here." So I've had others also
Yeah.
see that and tell me,
So that is very interesting because, yeah, again, and this one was a self hypnosis one because sometimes I just want to go in quick and get
yeah,
answers about things. And it was about I had this problem with my hip that I've had a hip replacement and I felt like my body
yeah,
was trying to reject it. So I
yeah,
went into the lifetime. I said I want to know like where this came from. And it was during those wars. I can't remember
yeah,
which one it was now, to be honest.
yeah,
I think it was the Orion Wars. Anyway, I went in there and I saw where my leg was completely like cut
yeah,
off.
mm, mm,
And then I was going into these chambers where we could just regrow our leg straight away,
yeah,
and you're back out on the field again.
yeah,
And then, but I saw that the medical team who were going to oversee this were actually infiltrated, and they put a kind of an implant in my hip at the time of when my new
mm,
leg was growing. And I saw the leg growing, but I knew that they'd done something. And this implant was making us all turn on each other on our own side and everything. It was like amazing. But then when I solved all that, now my hip
yeah,
is absolutely fine. So
yeah,
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 I've definitely been in the wars. I'm sure we've probably been in there together as well. Who knows?
yeah,
Who knows?
yeah.
Yes, yes.
I've been on both. I've been on both sides. At least that's what my uh,
Yeah,
um, I
I'm
have seen.
sure.
And one of the times that I was there, I've seen only a glimpse of it. I was a white avian, and this is just the
Hmm.
life that. And I was like a white avian general, where I was asking people to go into battle. If you've seen Lord of the Rings, and there's that final battle that's happening, that not the one where they are distracting Sauron, but that big
Hmm.
huge battle at, I think, Minas Tirith. uh, I've seen that battle happen during one of the Orion Wars, and it happened in the middle Orion star. Sorry,
Uh-huh.
Orion's belt has like Al Nitak, Al Nilam, and Mintaka. So this is the middle one,
Uh-huh.
Al Nitak. There was like this massive battle happening between reptilians and the forces of Orion,
Hmm.
and I've been part of it. I've seen that happen, and I've had like different lifetimes on that, whatever that battlefield was. And I had at one time gone to the middle pyramid of the three pyramids. I was shown the pyramids. I went to the middle
Hmm.
and I got some diamond codes, and then I was straight away taken to that battlefield. But this time there was no battle happening. And what my higher self said is that the changes that you make within yourself, you make changes
Hmm.
to your entire universe.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
now this is the lifetime where that never happened at all. And the
Wow.
Orion Wars never took place at all. And
That is
you
amazing,
just
isn't it?
create
Yeah.
you just create that. So I was like, whoa, cool, because I have seen that on like different in
Yeah.
different lifetimes. I was also from Beetlejuice. I had a lifetime in Beetlejuice, and when I was
Yeah.
there on that battlefield, so it was like, whoa, okay,
Yeah.
that's
And I
cool.
mean, I think that's what we said the other day, where there's so many links between me and you in strange ways. In that, like Beetlejuice, once when I went to
Yeah,
talk to a stone, like a
yeah,
standing stone,
yeah,
I kind of feel like I get messages from the stones. I can tune
yeah,
in, and it was telling me to investigate Beetlejuice,
yeah,
and I was like, I'd never heard of it before at all. And then I started doing research. You're like, oh, it's not just a movie. It's a star. And then again, something you said, Mentaka.
Mintaka, yeah,
Yeah, you see, I've never even heard of that before. And yet
yeah,
the other night in a dream, I woke up saying to my partner, I had lots of information about Mintaka, and we were building this and this and this, but I
mhm.
can't remember the rest of the dream. But it's just so interesting. A lot of the things you've dabbled in, I've been dabbling in. So there is some connection, which is kind of makes this conversation more interesting, really, doesn't it?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Lived a lot of lives in a lot of places.
Hmm. Wow. Yes, very interesting. So, what do you want to do? Should one of us go into
Yeah,
into the channeling state and answer
yeah.
the
Let's do it.
one's questions? So, like
Yeah,
if I go, you can ask your questions and vice
sounds
versa.
good.
And at
Sounds
the
good.
end, we can stick in the other way around as well, that I can ask
Sure,
you your questions too if you wanted.
sure, sure, sure.
Who wants to go in the channeling state first?
How about you? You go in first. Do you
Shall I?
need? Yeah. Do you need to lie down somewhere
No,
or
I
sit it up?
sit. I just take a moment or
Yeah,
two, and
yeah.
then it'll come in,
Sure.
and then you can ask me your
Yeah.
questions. I don't know who's going to come in. I'm going to leave it
Okay.
open, and
Okay.
just see.
Do I need to take you in, or you will do it in by yourself? You close
No,
your
I
eyes.
can do it. I can do
Okay.
it myself, and I can
Okay.
take you in if that's what you need
Yeah.
for your one, whatever
No,
you.
I close my eyes and I go in, but I
And
would prefer
there,
lying down because if I sit, my body
fine.
goes like this, and my like I shake a lot when I channel.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So then when
Uh,
I start falling in like this, and I start moving like this, and
yes,
so I would
I've
prefer to lie
I've
down.
Yeah, no, I understand because I've
Yeah,
done a couple where I thought, you're good enough at this now. You can
yeah,
hold a phone and record
yeah, yeah,
yourself,
yeah, yeah,
and I think, yeah, you can do this. And when I look at the thing, like I'm gone and the phone is looking at something over there. So it's you kind of think you're there, but you don't. And I never seem to look at the camera either. I'm looking up or so yeah, yeah. So lying down is not a bad
yeah,
idea. But I think if I can stay on this chair,
yeah,
I should be
yeah,
okay for
yeah,
my one.
yeah.
But then, yeah, we'll
I
swap
will
and do it the other way.
I will give you instructions as well to sit up straight. I will give your subconscious mind instructions.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to just go in first, my
Okay.
normal way, and then
Yeah, go
I
in first.
usually will say something, and
Yeah.
then once because that kind of grounds
Yeah.
it in
Yeah.
a little bit more, and then you can just fire away with questions,
Sounds good.
anything you
Sounds good.
like, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic.
Let me have some first.
I'm I'm looking for this to be more a conversation rather than just question and answer like an interview. I'd like to
Yeah,
I converse with whoever.
yeah, uh, whatever you like.
Sure.
I'm fine. We can probably do, say, I don't know, how long with me under, how long with you under? 30 minutes each or something?
Let's see how
Or
it goes. Let's play
see
it.
how it goes.
Yeah,
Okay,
let's play
yeah,
it.
let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
No, I don't need to cross my fingers. Okay. So bear with me. Okay, so it'll just take a minute. So sometimes I say to the other person to just close their eyes as well, tune in to see if is going to be for you or not. But let's see. Let's see. Let's do my protection first. Hmm. Ah, yes. We are here. We are
Welcome.
here for you, and we invite you to ask some questions that you may wish to do, and we will answer as best we can. And we are more than happy to take your questions, and we are so delighted that you have joined us today for this beautiful interaction.
Wonderful. First off, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here, sending you all so much love and gratitude. My first question is, can I know who I'm speaking to?
You are speaking to a part of the Mantis collection, and we feed into different, what we would say, pots when we need to find more information. In this case, today we will tune into our own collective and we will gather the information required.
Wonderful. That the Mantis Collective sounds fabulous, and I feel a connection to all of you because I know I have a lifetime there too, and I know that Debbie also does.
Mhm. The being that's actually coming true now is called Satriel. It is a being that Debbie channels, and it's this being I tap into the collective, but the information is coming through me. My name is Zatriel. Zatriel is the being that she had a life as. So she is kind of familiar with him, and that is why she feels comfortable to do this because she has already had the connection where she has been this being
Mhm,
and done a variety of things. A lot of them was
mhm.
exploring this earth because that is something that we were interested in to see what is happening in different realms, but we love to see what is happening on the earth, and that is how she met us in through a session where she experienced herself as me.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Mhm.
I'm curious, Zatriel, were you involved in the Earth creation project with other galactic beings?
We were, in a way, we oversaw some of that. We weren't so much hands on. We more observed what was going on. We took a role in where we watched the situations as they unfolded. And if something was occurring that was not a part of the contracts that were made with the different beings and the different planets and the different people that were involved, we would step in and just give a friendly reminder like, that hasn't been agreed by this person or that hasn't been agreed by this collective. So we were more overseers in that way as opposed to being completely hands on, but we were very much aware of the kind of things that were going on.
Okay, sounds good. Uh, can I know what is the connection between Debbie and me? Because since the time we've met, anytime we have a conversation, I feel this great joy in my being when we speak.
Mm. There are, you have many connections. You met in Atlantis, you met in Lemuria, you met in the wars, you meet in your sleep time where you are working on joint projects. You are both working on raising the frequency of the planet and raising the frequency of the beings on the planet, more so helping to raise the frequency of the beings on this planet You are both lights, you are both like tuning forks. When people are in your space, the frequency that you hold and the frequency that Debbie holds is reflected out, and it helps to activate others so that they are like in tune with the tuning forks that you are.
Yeah.
This is a big part of what you are doing on in this realm at this time.
Yeah.
But you have had many past lives, not necessarily working together, but in the same involved in the same projects, involved with the same ideas, involved. Just one moment. Just involved where you were in tune what was happening in a lot of the what we might call planets, but we would call realms. You are very much in tune. You were both in tune in a lot of the times with what was going on, most of this being in a positive way. Yes, that's what we will say for now.
Beautiful. Yeah, I do know about the tuning fork part, that the whole
Mm,
frequency I hold helps others sync to their frequency that they have as well. Maybe they are at a slightly different one, and I help them get to that one.
very much so. We feel that when we obviously we are not just connecting with you now for the first time, we are also connected with you, and we see the frequency that you hold, and we see you send that out, and people connecting with it and growing, and it is a wonderful job that you are doing. And we would like to thank you on behalf of our collective for what you are doing for humanity.
Thank you. So I have questions about that, and I think the first question is, you mentioned that Debbie and I work on projects when we sleep, and I do know I work on projects when I sleep, but I'm curious as to what this project is that Debbie and I are working on when we sleep.
You are working on tuning the energy. You are working on some of the pyramids, if you understand, were built with energy, energy that it was intertwined, and which we would say, in your way, we it made the pyramids do what it is that they did, and that was to be this beautiful energy source. And what you and Debbie are doing at this moment, you are working on other pyramids. There are many pyramids. They are buried under the sea, they are buried under mountains. So in your sleep time, you meet, even if you are not meeting, as in hi, shake hands, and say hello. You are working on the same thing of building the frequency up also in these pyramids. And the pyramids come from very low, very deep down, and they are projected up through the pyramids. And that's what you're doing. You're repairing. A lot of these pyramids were damaged over time, and you are helping to rebuild them. Not when we say rebuild them like brick by brick, you are helping with the frequencies that these pyramids produce, or the frequencies that these pyramids need to produce. So you are repairing these, as is Debbie, and this is what is going to help to create what is commonly known as the new earth, because it is building it back to being the higher frequency earth that it was
Beautiful. That sounds
times
amazing.
gone by. Mm-hmm.
And I've noticed that, how you mentioned about that both Debbie and I are helping to raise the consciousness. And I have found that the two ways that I'm doing it, one is with the sessions that I do with others, and the other is just clearing stuff from within me. Because what I integrate, when I integrate my shadow, I know I release it for the entire collective. So I'm curious, is there a quicker way that I can do it? Because right now, just doing one-on-one sessions is quite slow, and I have the feeling, and I know that I will be doing it on a much larger scale, and I'm curious as to how do I go about doing that.
Okay, at the moment, like you say, you are working on your shadow, and this is the biggest way that you can propel yourself forward. Because, as you know, as this is all cleared, it makes you a clearer channel. It makes you produce a more frequency that is working with the tuning forks. But it is necessary for all to do this shadow work first. Once this is done, and it helps to be able to progress and do more. And you are doing a lot already, but the what you have mentioned, the shadow work is necessary. It is necessary for all to do this. So if there are others listening to this, you need to know that that is where you start. You start with the shadow work. You start with the clearing, because the more you clear yourself, the more you change the outside world and everything in it. You have done an amazing job in this work, and we encourage you to continue if shadow comes up here or there, but you have cleared quite a lot. The other way that you can do it is to be more seen. At this time, you are not seen. You tend to not really to hide, because you don't hide. You're quite happy to let people see what you are doing. And Debbie is the same, but there isn't a huge audience, because there is an audience obviously in just the frequency and the things that you can't see, but to be actually a visible conduit, to be that visible conduit, it is helping. Even this conversation that you are having today, if this is released, it will help others to understand that the people that they can turn to or listen to for this kind of information are both of you and, of course, other channels around the world, the ones that they tune in with and have a resonance, a feeling for. And this is perhaps something that you and Debbie can do more of in the future, even if it is just a one-off conversation here and there. But a lot of what you have to talk about is something worthy sharing to the world. So we would say continue to put these kind of things on YouTube, so that this information will go out there. Remember, there are many new people awakening on the earth, and they have to start at the bottom where you do the shadow work and all that kind of thing, but they will be ready for this in time. And once this is out there, the people that need to listen to this, they will find it. They will find it without having to look too hard, because, like we say, you are both tuning forks, and even the information that you put out online will be found. Everybody has got their little system inside. It's like the breadcrumbs that they plant, and they have planted you both as breadcrumbs for their journeys. Just as before, if you go back to before you became fully awakened, you would watch YouTube videos, read books, go on courses. They are the breadcrumbs that you left for yourself. And at this stage, you are the breadcrumbs that are being left for the others, even some who are not even on their journey yet of awakening. But when the time is right, the right people will see this, and this will help things to evolve also.
Wow, beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
So my next question is, I can feel this huge energetic expansion happening both collectively on Earth as well as within me. And I'm curious as to how both either Debbie or I can use this energy to share our gifts and talents with the world, with in terms of the spiritual work that we are doing.
Mm-hmm. Well, as you feel this expansion inside of you, so this is like your navigation system that you placed inside you before you came onto this planet, onto this realm. So this navigation system is working and it's drawing to you all that you need. So this expansion that you are feeling inside, like we say, as within, without. So this expansion that you're feeling in yourself is what's making you see this amazing extension outside of yourself, this amazing expansion outside of yourself. So just continue to expand, and your outer world will continue to expand also. And what is needed from you, it will come to you naturally. It's not something that you need to work too hard on. Your main task is to be this tuning fork, and you are doing this in a very good way, as in Debbie. So it will draw the people to you that need the information to expand your world more outside, to get everything more on the outside. You just continue to work on your inside, because this is what expands everything. This what makes you accelerate in your frequency, and what we would say, like, project you into the reality that you wish to see, wish to feel, wish to experience.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been receiving messages, been getting visions, and others have shared this with me as well, that I will have the ability to heal with my hands, things like cancer or illnesses, diseases, autoimmune conditions, just by using my hands. And as I say this, I'm aware that it is never me who heals. It is just me holding the codes, and that's how, when I get in touch with someone else, I transmit the codes. But I'm curious as to what do I need to do for this to happen, to bring this gift online, or is it already online?
Yes, you are the conduit for this amazing work, where you will be able to place your hands on people and heal. But bear in mind that you are the conduit for this. So the energy will come down through you and into the people that you will be working with. But bear in mind that this can only happen if they are open to be receivers. You can do only what you can physically do, and you can give all of this wonderful healing, but the key is for also the people to be able to receive. So for those people to be able to receive, it also is necessary for them to work a little on their shadow side, with also the forgiveness and the understandings and the acceptance. That's why it is good that you are putting out the information that you are at this time, because what you are doing is very helpful. When the time actually comes for this to happen, it is very, very close. I'm sure you feel the energy in your hands when you are working with others. You should start to feel this energy get stronger and stronger in your hands. You just need to connect a little more, not only to connect, to also to the energies that you take in. You need to also on the earth expel them back into the earth to make room for this energy that is coming in. Everybody will start to discover their gifts, but this is a little bit something that is also necessary to release all the unspent energy, or the energy that you no longer need. So just allow that into the earth to make more space for this beautiful energy that is coming in, and that you can feel in your body at times. But sometimes you do a little bit too much in your day. You need to also spend time for you, time just to be still, time to allow this into your body. You do a lot for others, but you need to also learn to do for you. And to do for you can just be stillness, it can be quietness, it can be comfort away from the busyness of your day. So even if it's only you can spare yourself 5 or 10 minutes, we would encourage you to do this with the earth, being present, as in feeling yourself in present on the earth, feel your whole body, feel into your body, feel yourself connecting to the earth, feel the connection from above. And we know that you do feel this connection from above, but also feel your roots deeply into the earth. Allow this healing energy to run through you. And you can do some small things, like maybe even with animals, quietly tell the animals what you're doing, or even you can do this from a distance, send energy to animals, and this will start to build and you will feel more confident. It's more that you don't feel confident at that time. When you work a little bit with maybe animals, you will start to feel more confident with people. What's holding you back in a way is you're feeling that it's difficult for you to say, I am a healer. I can help cure you of this. You are finding a little bit difficult to voice this. You are feeling that if you do it in this way, it is making you look like you are looking for attention. And in that way, you feel a little bit shyer, a little bit quieter, and don't want to make so much noise about yourself. That energy, that healing, it is in you. Just practice a little with animals, because animals aren't going to be, they're not going to say, oh, look at this guy who thinks he can do this, look at this. They will just accept. Animals are really good at accepting this kind of thing. So I would say to maybe start there and just allow this beautiful energy to flow, but it will increase. The more you use it, the more it will increase. We hope this helps.
Thank you for that information. Yeah, I prefer doing it with plants at this moment. So I just do whatever I need to with the plants. I channel them. Like
Mm-hmm.
this one at the back loves to be in all my sessions. I
Beautiful.
had I had moved her, I had put her in front of me, but she was like, no, I want to be in all your sessions. So she adds her energy to whatever happens as I sit on this seat.
This is so good because the plants, the trees, the insects, the animal are doing also so much. It is
Yeah,
not just the humans on this planet.
yeah.
The trees are doing so much, the plants. So it's really good that you tune into that beautiful plant and that you can hear what that plant is saying to you, and that you are taking notice and that you are doing as the plant asks. So that is a really beautiful thing that you are doing also.
Yeah, I do. As I run through the forests, I do channel the trees, and they tell me that they are channeling too, and they are anchoring a lot of light of the sun's light onto the planet, not just literally but figuratively as well. The incoming codes uh, for the awakening, for the ascension, they are anchoring it onto earth. They are constantly channeling, just like us.
Absolutely. That is 100% correct. See.
Okay. uh, So I want to ask, I want to visit my parents in India, but at this moment, it is not in my budget to do so. So I'm curious, what can I do, or what needs to shift for me that I get the money to be able to visit my parents in India?
Well, at the moment, you connect with them in your sleep time. So there is always a connection. Don't feel guilty for not being able to get there straight away. The time will come when that window is open for you to go. At this moment, there is a need for you to be where you are, because with a lot of what is sometimes termed as light workers, or whatever name you wish to give, it is like you are acupuncture needles and you are all connected through the earth. So there is a time where, particularly at this time of heavy growth that you are required in that area. And when the time is ready for you to travel, the money will come to you. So don't worry too much about that. But you can connect with your parents on an earthly way as well, through the telephone, through messages, through letters, and actually, your parents would really appreciate to see a letter from you. I'm feeling that they would love this as much as they would love to see you. Obviously, seeing you would be so much more, but it would be quite special for them to get a letter. I know this is an old fashioned way of doing things, but when the time is right for you to travel, the restriction on your funds for that will be lifted and you will be able to travel there. At this time, you just have the intention that you will and that the money will come through at the right moment and this will happen.
Thank you for that answer. I absolutely detested it, but it's exactly what my higher self tells me too. That
Mm.
I'm needed to be here at this moment. Thank you for sharing that.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Uh, and at the same time, the spiritual work that I'm doing isn't enough to the money that comes from that isn't enough to sustain me. So I have been looking at. I mean, I am doing some part-time roles. Should I continue doing these part-time roles, or should I just quit it and focus full-time on the spiritual work, assuming that putting the energy there will bring in more clients?
There are many people working in the field that you are working in, as in helping to raise the frequency on the earth, and they are all feeling that the monetary means is a little difficult. This will change in time. In fact, what will change is the realization that money is not so important. We understand, of course, that money is necessary in the version of Earth that you are in now because there are always bills to pay. So that is understandable. But there are a lot of people stuck in this same situation. And what the extra roles that you are doing, that's all well and good if it's something that you enjoy. Try to make that these roles that you are doing are things that you will enjoy. If you don't enjoy them, you must try to find something that you will enjoy, because as you enjoy what it is that you do, that helps the what you call money flow. When you're doing work that you don't really enjoy, it just becomes like a wage in a way, and it's just something that you work for and you wait for and you take it and you spend it, and it's a kind of a slightly lower frequency. When the work that you do, if it's work that you enjoy, then that is completely different. That you will see if you do what you would call roles or part-time jobs doing things like this, something that you really enjoy, even if it's for a smaller amount of money, you will see that eventually it will lead to something that will bring in more money. The work that you are doing will start to increase, where you will be able to make more money. We can only advise you to be a little patient and wait for this to expand. It will do. People will get to see what you do. People will get to see more about what you do, and you will become more known, shall we say, in the work that you do. You are doing exactly the right thing that you have done. You have reached out. You have reached out to other practitioners, and in doing that, in many ways, you have now, you put your, instead of your eggs being in one basket, you have put your eggs in many baskets and continue to put them in these baskets for this time. Don't go too big. stick to the people that you are kind of co-working in a way with. We understand that this is not paid work, but continue in that way, and you will find that this will start to open up avenues for you. People will start to see you for the amazing being that you are and the amazing work that you are doing, and they will be attracted to you, and you will get more clients coming in looking for the services that you provide. And don't be afraid to charge for these services that you provide, because then, like we say, you will be doing something that you love and you enjoy, and then you will feel the money flow more. And sometimes, even in a way, if you could try things on a donation basis, and you may find that you will get more donations than you thought that you would. We hope this helps.
Oh, thank you very much for that. I'm grateful for all your replies. Uh,
More than.
yeah, I want to ask, so whenever I see oppression in the world, it triggers me a lot. And I'm aware that that this I feel this from the Orion Wars. No, my team is asking me not to ask this question.
Hmm. It's strange, but we are feeling the same thing. It is just a little. We felt we don't really, we weren't resonating in a way with that
Yeah.
question. We feel for that one,
The-
any oppression that you see outside, just look a little deeper within,
yeah.
and you will find a little something. You throw the light at that, it will grow, and that will start to
Yeah,
disappear
this is work.
outside of you.
This is work I need to do on myself, by myself.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, as well as another question that I had. So this is something that I just want to share. I was working on myself, and I have my light language already, uh, but it's like my inner voice speaks it, not my voice, and it's because I hold shame in my body from speaking light language, which is connected to another lifetime. And sometimes when others speak light language, I'm like, oh my god, that sounds so funny, but I am aware that it's my conscious mind doing that. And so I started working on myself. I was asking myself, where am I holding the shame in my body for speaking light language? And I got the answer. I got the answer where. And then my body said, or a part of me said, I'm not ready to work on this yet, which is so strange because that has never happened to me before. Because anytime I've been like, okay, where am I holding guilt in my body from this, or where am I holding this energy in my body will always tell me, and then we go about clearing it. I have a couple of ways I go about clearing it, but this is the first time where a part of me said, I'm not ready. And I was like, oh, that's very curious, that's never happened before. And a while later I tried it again, like a couple of hours later, and it was still oh, I'm not ready yet, Savio. So I just wanted to share that, and that is also something that I'll be working on myself. But
Mm-hmm.
thought I'd share that.
Excellent. We agree with you. You're not quite ready yet. You're doing so many other things. Like when we said to put some eggs in different baskets, this is where you can put too many eggs. So if you're trying to do the light language when in fact you know that the healing comes through your hands and you're now trying to concentrate on something else, it is best just to do these things. And when the time is right, it will come through. And if you do need help with light language, we are aware that Debbie can help with activation of light language. She also has been speaking it for many years, but she does it more in her head to people because she is, it's not quite shame, but it is, she feels a little embarrassment sometimes doing it in public. So a lot of the time she speaks it in her head and
Yeah.
it still goes out. But lately she has had a slight upgrade now where she is a little bit more confident to do it out for people. So if in the future you feel you are ready, she can help to do a little activation
Mm,
in you. But at
right.
this time, just bask in the wonderfulness that you are doing. Know that you are doing an amazing job. Know that there are so many out here rooting for you in all of creation, because don't forget, you are the one who is making and building your creation. You are doing a wonderful job, and you will find in time that you master everything, you master it all, and you will find the joy in knowing that how much you are actually in control of everything that you see out there. We
Beautiful.
hope this helps you.
Beautiful. Absolutely, it does. Thank you so much. So last night I had a dream, and it was one of those very vivid dreams, where I killed someone, I hid the body, and then I became like a spiritual master, a spiritual teacher, and I think I was about to be exposed that I did something like this. It was a fear, and it was one of those dreams that ev- that even in the dream I was like, oh my god, was this a dream? Because I don't think I've ever done this. And even there was this doubt, no, it's not a dream, it has happened. And this is all happening within the dream. And then when I woke up, I was like, oh my god, thank god, that actually was a dream. I haven't really killed someone, have I? So yeah, so I'm questioning, what was this dream about? Because I've had dreams like this about other things before, and they have been things that have actually happened in other past lives. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious if you can share
Well,
some light and offer some insight about this dream.
well, now that we are getting to a time where we are coming to the kind of end in a way of this reality. We branch into the next. It's not an ending, but it's a time where we step up a level. And in dream time, it rather than live out a lot of these experiences which you have lived out in many times and many places, it comes through in the dream world. So you are allowed to interact with yourself in a dream world in this situation. So rather than having to act it out in real time, because time is now getting condensed, you are just allowing yourself to play with this in your dream time. You did not kill anybody in your dream last night. It was just more a kind of a metaphor. It was a kind of something for you to play with in your mind, which may help you to dig deeper into other memories. But at this stage, it is not too important to be digging into all these past lives. It's like a lot of these old past lives are collapsing now. So some of those, that was one that was collapsing. It's not really necessary to look into. It was just something that you needed to experience in this lifetime before you accelerate into the higher levels of this lifetime.
Sounds wonderful. Thank you so
Mm.
much for all these answers. I don't have any more questions, but if there's something you'd like to share with me, something you feel I should know, I'd love to know.
Just to let you know that you are important, that you are special, that you are a light, and that we ask that you continue to shine. And when we ask that you continue to shine, that doesn't mean that you have to only shine, because there are times you will feel sadness, you will feel down, you will feel like I could have done better. It's still okay to do these things, because know that you are the light that you are, and all of these things are just some of your old programs leaving. So it's nothing to worry about. You are the light. It is just your, in a way, avatar self, feeling, experiencing these things, because that is what you came here to experience. But you are doing a wonderful job. We ask that you continue to connect to your higher self, to the energies that are presented to you, and to do with them the best that you can and that you will. We thank you for this interaction, and we have enjoyed being with you today.
Thank you. I enjoyed it very much as well. Lots of love to all of you, and lots of gratitude for your presence in our lives. Thank you.
Thank you. Just one
And I
moment and send her back. Hmm.
Hello.
Yeah. Whoa. That was kind of cool. I look forward to listening back because although when I do it, I know I'm kind of aware what I'm saying, but it's later when I listen, I think, oh, I forgot that bit and that bit. So yeah, that's good, good,
Yeah.
good. Ooh, how was it for you?
It was good. It was good.
Good, good, excellent,
Some
excellent.
some of some of them, some of it actually, like especially the part about uh going to India, going
Uh-huh.
to India, see the parents. Like myself has also said that no, we don't want you to leave at this moment.
Yeah.
You need to be here. Like, yeah,
I know.
okay.
And it can be frustrating because
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
just the human selves that are doing
yeah,
this. And it's like,
yeah.
I feel a little bit the same. Like there's, I know I should be more visiting my kids in back where they live and stuff like that. But it's, yeah, just to do everything. And I want to go on holiday and I want to have fun. But I find myself doing this kind of work and I've kind of accepted it, but I still want to go on holiday. So I get you. I understand exactly where you're coming from. Yeah, yeah,
Thank
I
you.
get
Thank
it.
you for sharing all of that. The moment I asked that question about, because that's something that I ask, that I speak, when I do self conscious communication, I'll speak to myself.
Uh-huh.
But the moment I asked it, I was like, nope, nope, we
I
don't want
know.
to ask that. I was like,
I
okay, no,
can't
I'm not
remember what
supposed to.
I can't. I already now can't remember what the question was, but I was feeling like it was like, no, we don't want to do this one type thing. So it was. Yeah, that was weird. What was the
Yeah.
question again?
It was
About, oh,
something
the
about
light language. The light language.
no,
Yes.
not light language. It was about holding oppression. Where am I holding oppression energy in my body?
Ah, yes, yes, yes.
So I started asking that, and it was like, whoop, no,
Yeah,
you
yeah,
don't have to
yeah.
ask that one.
And it's almost. I felt it was almost even saying like, you know, you don't need us to tell you. You know,
Yeah,
come on, you know
that
this stuff. That was the kind of energy I was feeling. So yeah, that was kind of
yeah, this is
cool.
something that I'll also do for myself.
Mm-mm.
Okay, okay, okay. So
So
will
what do you want to do? Do you want to? Shall we pause, have a
yeah,
bathroom break, and then you can
yeah.
lie down in?
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
too. Yeah, yeah,
What do you want? Five
yeah.
5 minutes?
5 minutes.
Is
Five
that?
minutes.
Hello. Hi.
Greeting you with a lot of love and light.
Thank you.
We
I'm
are
so.
Savio's collective. We are a group of beings,
Mhm.
and we are here to help Savio and assist him.
That's so beautiful. I've been so looking forward to connecting with him and his team. So I'd like to say a really, really big thank you. Thank you for interacting with me in this way. And if it's okay, I've got a couple of questions, if that's okay.
Absolutely. We
Thank you.
orchestrated this
Yeah,
interaction between the two of you. You know
beautiful.
each other, you feel that familiarity.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that was one of my questions in a way.
Mm.
Is like, is it, I feel we have been connecting somewhere in another galaxy, in another realm. And I was just wondering, is there anything that you can share about that? Is there any particular place where we are perhaps working together or interact?
There's not one particular place. You are
Mm,
connected at so many different levels and so many different dimensions. You have had past lives together. You've had lives where on other star systems, on other planets, where you have worked together, where you have overseen projects together. You have created adventures together. It's why both of you
beautiful.
feel this connection to each other. You felt it too when you saw him. The moment you looked into his eyes, you felt that connection and you felt it like, oh, I feel this. I feel him in me. There's a part of me that responds to his voice, to his face, to his eyes, to his energy.
I felt straight away when we had the first conversation that we could definitely do some, work together in what we've been doing today, to be honest, and just helping humanity in a way with the information that we can bring up. And yeah, it was very apparent that there was a connection, and we seem to have quite a lot in common. We both mentioned, Arcturus and so many different systems and the Atlantis. Is there
Yes.
any one in particular that kind of stands out, or are they all kind of equally important?
In terms of importance, they're going to say equally importance. But if you want lifetimes that stand out, there is
Hmm.
Atlantis, which where you all were involved closely together, and there was
Hmm.
another lifetime on Arcturus. There are other star systems on Sirius and on the Pleiades and on Antares and on Andromeda and even other galaxies, even other star systems that you all have known each other.
Hmm.
But if you want ones that stand out, where you all worked close together, you all worked side by side on Arcturus, and you were lovers on Atlantis.
Hmm. Okay, very good. Thank you. It's really good to get that information. Thank you. I was wondering about like the consciousness of water. I know in another lifetime, like I have been a rock, I've been involved with the water and the codes and all these kind of things that happen. So I'm kind of aware, but I would love to. I'm asking this question so that other people can see the importance of water and what it's doing on our planet at this time. Is there anything you can share?
So the water that is within you is also the consciousness of you. And water is one of those consciousnesses that you can imprint very easily as a consciousness into. So as you imbibe the water within you and you pass on your frequency to it. And the water on earth also has the frequency of Gaia.
Mm,
And you are able to create water and manipulate it in a way you have forgotten the ability that you can do that, but you can have creations made out of water, and that is something that can be for display purposes. But you can use water,
mhm,
you can infuse water with your frequency as you pass it on to someone else. Perhaps the next time
mm,
you offer someone a glass of water, you can infuse it with your frequency of love and kindness and gentleness and see it work within them, see it heal them, see it release them from whatever energies that they are holding on to, whatever imprints they are holding on to. And you can do it for yourself as well. Before
mhm,
you ingest the water, you can infuse it with love, you can infuse it with kindness and gentleness and your light, and then
mm.
just imbibe it and see as it moves about your physical body, see how it makes the changes within you.
Beautiful. That's really good. And funny you say that, but I'm drinking water here and I infused it with the intention of a wonderful session today, and that has definitely worked. So, yeah,
Yes.
thank you for that.
You are working on other levels as well, not just on the physical realm. You are working together on many other higher dimensions. You and
Hmm.
I are creating worlds and galaxies and looking after systems that were put in place to ensure the earth ascends and rises. And
Mm,
on the physical realm, it is but a small part of that you see happening, but there is so much more that is unseen by you, where you are creating and you are experiencing.
mm. That's really wonderful. That's so good to know. It's kind of things that you kind of feel is true, but it's wonderful to hear you say that. So thank you very much for sharing that. Much appreciated. Um, this is kind of a personal question, as in, I was with my partner last week and he was wearing a particular t-shirt where I knew there was writing on the back or a design on the back. And I put my arms around him and felt what was on the t-shirt. And as a joke, I just said to him, "Oh, I know, psychic. I'm picking up what's on your shirt." And I was like, "Oh, yes, let me see." And I read the name that was on the t-shirt and I described the pattern on the back. And I was 100% confident that that was the t-shirt that he was wearing. But when he turned around, the words weren't exactly as I said it. And the pattern was in a different, it was more in round shapes than the diamond shapes that I know I have seen him wear in a t-shirt. And when I mentioned it, he said he never had a t-shirt like that. And we went through all his t-shirts, convinced that it would be there. And because this t-shirt was a similar design, a similar writing, but not the one that I saw, I'm wondering, was there some kind of timeline jump? Was that in another timeline he had
It is
that?
so funny. It is so funny that you ask us this question when you
Mm-hmm.
already know the answer, and you
Nah,
need the confirmation of it when you already know the answer, and we feel
that is,
you don't need us at all for this,
yeah.
because it is exactly as you have described. You are simply pulling the information in from another timeline where that
I
is the
see.
t-shirt that he was holding, but
Mhm.
you already knew this.
Yeah, yeah, in a way, but it's true. We love to do this for confirmation. So yeah, I'm seeing that. No, thank you so much for that. Very good. Let me have a look at my little list here. Um, Myself, as you know, I channel also, and I channel a few different beings, three or well, maybe four or five. And I'm wondering, like, should I perhaps concentrate on one or maybe two, or is it okay to continue in this way and allow through? I usually just ask for the being or the information for that I feel is going to be able to give the best channeling for whoever it is I'm channeling for.
This is an interesting question to us, because you can choose who comes through. You can always choose, and there is no need to limit yourself, because they are all versions of you itself, all of
Mm-hmm.
them. So why would you want to limit yourself? You can just ask or intend for the one to come through for your highest good, and
Mm-hmm.
that will always be the case. And sometimes you might meet newer versions of yourself, and sometimes there might be just those same versions of yourself. As you move through your own consciousness, you will have only those versions of yourselves and those versions of beings whom you channel that is required at that moment. and and once their soul agreement with you is complete and done, they may leave, or they might visit you again just to say a hi, but not necessarily to give you any information, because you moved past the stage where you need their assistance, you need uh, their
Mm-hmm.
information and their insight to guide you. So
Mm.
you can just choose who you want to come by intending what's required for your highest good.
Thank you. That's really good. Really good. I really appreciate that answer. I find it quite helpful because I was a little bit unsure whether I'm going a little bit over the top, as in, I channel beings that are amazing, and then I not move on to another, but invite in another. And but yeah, so you've given me a lot of clarification on that. That's really, really helpful. This is kind of a question that a friend asked me to ask, and that was, she does past life regressions also, and it was the way that we know that there are. past lives, and there are many parallel versions of us. We all, as QHHT and BQH practitioners, understand that. But what about in a time, where you're going to make a big decision, and one decision might take you to live in America, and the other decision might take you to live in China? Like in that situation, are there versions of you in both, continuing on with that same lifetime? Or is it just the one that your consciousness is in,
Yeah.
if, say, I move to America?
So we have shown Savio this entire framework and how it operates,
Ah,
and how every little decision you make, because you think, oh, this is my life, it is this one circle, I'm born, I live like this, and I come to the end when I die. But in fact, every little decision you make branches off into multiple lines, and sometimes they come back to this original circle, and sometimes they go on and they have their own circle. So there will be a version of you that is that or there will be a version of your friend that has moved to China, that has moved to the US, and there will be also a version that is still stuck and frozen in fear in the same place, because all versions are possible, all versions are beautiful, all versions are sacred, and as your higher self you choose all these experiences for the experience, just for the experience of it. And even being frozen in fear in that one spot, unable to make that decision, is also a choice chosen by the higher self to know what it would feel like to be frozen. And there is no judgment towards it, because all versions
mm,
are possible, all versions are available, all versions are source, and you are source creating your reality every moment.
hmm. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, that's really good. That was something that's, when she asked me, I thought I was going to channel the answer, and I thought, no, let somebody else do that. So it's good that you've already been shown
And
that.
you
And
would have channeled the very same answer, and you consciously also knew that
yeah,
you were going to channel that answer.
yeah, I guess you're right. Well, when this is kind of on the same theme, is my mother lives in Ireland, and I went to visit her, and then I left, went to the airport, and I was gone. I was on the plane, and she was walking through town, and she said she saw me wearing the exact same clothes, exact same hair, and then I got on a bus. And at this time, I would have already been on the airplane. And she said she saw me and she was waving and calling me and wondering, like, wow, why is she on a bus when she should be already on the airplane, gone home? And she's convinced now also, because every time she waits there for the busman says to her, are you coming? Like, as if he knows that she visits me wherever that version of me is. And I was just wondering, can you tune into, this may be impossible, tune into that version of me that my mother sees? She's seen, I think, on more than one occasion. Can you tune into what that version of me is doing, or is that too big a task?
That isn't a version of you.
Okay.
Your mother's love for you simply created something that she saw,
Uh,
and that isn't actually you.
that makes a lot of sense. Ah, because I was
And
thinking I should be able to tune into it and I couldn't. So, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of sense. Thank you. I was just wondering, is there anything that I should be doing now that I'm not doing in any way, shape, or form? Work
hmm,
related, home related?
that is a very open-ended question,
Mm,
because everything that you're doing is something that you have chosen to do, and the work that you're doing is keeping you busy, while at the same time you're feeling that, oh, there is something more that I could do. But that is not true. You are doing exactly what you need to do. And the moment you decide to do something else, or you choose to do something else, something will drop out from your life and you will do that very thing. But we want you to trust that you are doing exactly what you need to at this moment. You were also guided to have this meeting with Savio. So that was something that you were not doing before, and now you are. We want you to trust that
Yeah.
you are always doing exactly what you need to at this moment. And if it was something that you weren't supposed to, and we say this to Savio as well, you would not be doing it if you weren't supposed to. Because there's always the feeling that is created in your minds that you are not doing enough, or there is something else, as opposed to just relaxing and doing the thing that you are doing.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, thank you for that. We're always just wondering, aren't we? So it's one of those things. Oh, that's really good. Thank you. Let me just look at my questions. Okay, I've kind of run out on ones on there, but I wanted to ask what's been on my mind. I've done a self-hypnosis, and I saw myself as a child on a ship, um, with other beings, and we were having interactions. It was all nice. I was happy as a child. I actually loved it. I think I went many, many times. But then I did a self-hypnosis again, and I was the being that what would be called abducted a child, but obviously I know it's not an abduction because it was a soul contract and something that I was willing to do. So I saw myself as the ET with the child. And it was a really beautiful thing to do, to let me see that, I was the child and I was the ET. And what I was wondering was, like, one thing I've not investigated is what species was that? What extraterrestrial race was that? I have an idea in my head, but I'm not one. Actually, no, I don't think I have an idea in my head. I would love a little bit of guidance on that.
So both of them were just versions of you.
Mm-hmm.
And we are seeing grays and a cross between the Pleiadians and the Greys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Um, yeah, absolutely makes sense. Thank you. On one of those journeys when I was on a ship with that same being, I used to ask, "Can you take me here? Can you take me there?" And they would allow me to go into caves, and they would come with me and let me play and explore, and then tell me it's time to go back now. But on this one occasion, I was allowed to pick a crystal from this cave. And when I asked if I could take the crystal home with me, they said no, I couldn't take it home. But at a later date, when I was grown up, I would come across this crystal and that it would help me do my work and help me I would begin to understand what this crystal, its powers, I guess, in a way. I have, over the last few years, found that crystal that I know as I hold it that it's the same crystal. And I was wondering, is there something that I need to do to activate it? Is there any way you can help me to figure this out, what I need to do?
I have the Arcturian collective with me right now, my family.
Beautiful. Thank you.
And you are thinking you need to somehow activate it.
Mm-hmm.
But you have forgotten that it already has your energy within you, and that it is a consciousness in itself.
Mm.
And the idea isn't to activate it, but to just keep it within you and infuse it with your love.
Beautiful.
And there was a sense of playfulness
Mm-hmm.
as you chose it, as you picked it.
Yeah.
And it is an anchor to that version of you. So why are you hoping to activate it?
Yeah, I guess this brings a lot of clarity. So and that's really good. I just felt like I needed to do something with it, but it feels so very special to me.
It reminds you that you are
Of
more than the physical.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Because I know it's the exact same crystal. I know when I hold it that I held it as a child on my travels through wherever it was that I was playing out this.
And
Um,
you weren't allowed to take it because there was
no.
no way it could come through at that time, but it was then placed in the
Mm,
physical for you.
yeah, that makes sense. And just as you have the Arcturian Collective, I would just like to send a big hug and kiss to my Arcturian mom. I know she used to visit me when I was a child. I kind of missed her so much. And I know she appeared a lot of time, so I would just like to say thank you. I know that she also appeared a time in my adult life when I was quite ill. So I would like to say thank you for that. And I was wondering, is there any possibility of her visiting me again in this lifetime here?
She visits you more than you know.
No.
She visits you often, and her ship is around you, is above many times.
Is there a way she can make me more aware, as in allow me to see the ship or allow me to see her form?
You can ask for a sign that she is around you.
Thank you. I will do that. I've come to the end of my questions, but if there's anything else that you feel you need to tell me before I call Savio back, I would very much welcome it.
We just wish to send you a lot of love. And if you
Mhm.
would like to receive it, you can just allow yourself to receive it.
Mm, beautiful, beautiful. I would like to thank Savio and all of the team that have helped here today and bring through clarity. I really appreciate this interaction. Before he comes back, is there anything else he would like to say to humanity before we free him?
It'll come out now.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I would like to thank so, so much, Savio, and all of the team. Thank you so much. Appreciated. Very, very much so. Mm. Mm.
Wow, that
I'll stop
last part.
recording
Yeah,
and
that
we
last part was
can
deep.
have our whoa, whoa, okay. I'll do stop record. I'll do pause recording. Okay, so I stopped recording, but I started again because we started to talk about something interesting. Yeah, so you felt strongly that it was grey and Palladian.
Yeah.
No,
Like
that's
not
interesting.
exactly Pleiadian, but like a gray Pleiadian mix.
Mm-hmm.
Is that even
Mm-hmm.
possible? Is that even there? Let's check.
Yeah, I even actually kind of felt that myself, I think. Um, hmm. So
Are
you,
yeah, are Greys working with Pleiadians? They are creating hybrids with psychic abilities.
ah,
Okay.
that is interesting. Yeah, yeah. Very good.
Okay.
Very interesting. Hmm. So yeah, what were the questions? The t-shirt, the water, definitely. I get the water. That's beautiful. The water is doing so much, isn't it, on this
Yeah.
planet at this
Yeah.
moment, like
Yeah.
and beyond.
That's a reminder for me also to keep doing it. Because I know I can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And back when we lived in Dubai and we used to get these big 5 gallon jugs,
Yeah,
uh, on a post-it I would write down a lot of
yeah,
words and then I would fix it internally. So all these words like love and joy and brilliance, and
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would face in the water and I would drink it. But here, because we just drink the tap water, I haven't. But I can at
Uh-huh.
least just put my intention. At times, when
Yeah.
taking a shower, I do put the intention
Yes.
that as the water touches my body, it takes in a lot of the love that I have and just goes
Mm-hmm.
into the earth.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, so important. I do the same. I've got a jug of water. I get it from the tap outside, which is
Yeah,
it's the same really, but it doesn't go to all the bends and the pipes. And then I put it in the sun in a blue jug outside for a little bit. And I've even written light language on the jug. So
yeah,
I just know that that can only be good. And then I do my little sending love and everything into it. So it does make a difference. It definitely
yeah,
does.
yeah,
But
yeah,
every once in a while, I just pour it quickly, and I think, no, you haven't blessed it.
yeah,
But
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it does make a big difference.
It
Big
does.
difference.
It does, and I've. Uh, I do wish it was more instant. Like I think I had a session when I had the session yesterday. Also, there was her
Yeah.
higher self gave her such powerful messages about love and things that she can do with love. And I'll
Mhm.
share. I'll share.
That's how we change everything, really. I remember doing it myself through the COVID, I used to just sit outside a cafe because, yeah, I didn't go in. We had to sit outside. And I would just start sending love to everybody that I saw and building it. And like I going to bed as well, I would do the same thing and see it expand and then
Yeah,
expand around
yeah,
my neighbor and then my
yeah,
other neighbor and this and then the whole street and then the
yeah.
whole village in the whole world, and it just changed everything. So there's a lot to be said for that, for sure, for sure. Hmm. Well, I really enjoyed this today. This was amazing. We'll have to do this again in the future.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been great, really, really good. I really appreciate you doing this.
Same here, Debbie. I'm glad we connected.
Yeah, I think it could grow into something,
Yeah,
something useful where uh, people understand channeling more and just the nature of the universe. So wonderful. So thank
thank
you so, so much. Really,
yeah,
really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Mwah. Much love. Look after
much
yourself
love.
and we'll catch up soon. Yeah.
You as well, Debbie.
Okay. Thank you. Bye. Bye. Thank you for watching, and if you liked that, please like and subscribe. Thank you.